When I first started learning this method with Malcolm, I wanted to understand how it felt to be a participant and also how to become a composing guide. Originally, when I first even heard of this method, I had volunteered as a participant during a presentation that Malcolm gave at one of our cohort sessions. So I knew firsthand how scary it could be to be a participant, but I wanted to be a participant with intention. So I started learning this method by just sharing a story with Malcolm as composing guide, and then sort of jumping back and forth between participant and guide and sort of everything in between. So when I share these videos, I'm sharing not only what the composing guide is looking for, but also what it might feel like on the other side as participant, and I share that from firsthand experience. So the first step in writing a story to song is finding a story. It seems like something that should be easy to do. There are stories everywhere, and we're each a culmination of thousands of stories. So the first thing I do when I'm thinking about writing a song from a story is I think about what kind of story I might want to tell. And if it's one of my own, I try to think of a story that has particular meaning for me. It might be something that I've held on to for a long time and maybe have not told anyone, or it might just be something I'm feeling in the moment, maybe something that upset me or something that, happened that was exciting. And one way to capture that excitement is to share the story and then create a song from it. Something else that I have been doing in the last year in my work in Lowell, Massachusetts, which is where I live, is to take stories from people who are no longer living and to shape those stories into song. Mostly I've done that by watching videos from oral histories of factory workers who lived and worked in Lowell in the 1900s. I can watch those videos, I can watch their gesticulations, get a sense of their personality, the emotion behind their words by watching their faces and listening to their voice, and getting a sense of rhythm from cadence and emotion from just from their personalities and the character that they bring to the recording, and I can write songs that way. I've also written songs from written accounts. The challenge in writing songs from each of these kinds of stories is that because the participant isn't living, I can really only guess at whether I'm truly honoring their story and capturing their true emotion and truth from their story, which, is a truth that I may only be capturing part of. In any story, there may be many songs, and there may be many truths and many layers of emotion because we're a complicated species. So any song that I'm writing, I'm looking for what's one truth that may be a universal concept that many people could connect with. That is the concept that will eventually become the chorus. And so the verses of the song are the action part of the story, and whether or not you or I have experienced what's happening in the verses, we may be able to make a personal connection to the emotion that's being expressed or the truth that's being expressed in the chorus.